this is gonna be very hard to do. Count. I have YouTube here and TikTok there. Oh god, there's things to read. When you receive certain gifts, that's just TikTok. Okay, we're notifying viewers that you are live. Yay. I think that's good. I have no idea. Alright, so. Redeem your promote coupon to get more views. No, I'm not doing that. Swipe and... Huh? What? This is... Hello! Hi! This is... Okay. So, just to give an explanation, I am live here on TikTok and live here on YouTube. So, if you see me looking one way and one the other way, that means I'm looking at other things. Hi, Pookie! Just got the #1 viewer badge. Nice! That's awesome, Solar. That's great. Okay, so I've only done live for YouTube, and so this is new territory for me, even though I'm still an idiot when it comes to live on YouTube. Because I'm not the best at any of this. Even though I went to college for this. I went to college to do make film and everything. I'm still really bad at it. Alright, so a lot easier when there's not people looking at me, but we're gonna get in there. So what I'm thinking about doing for my first live is I've thought about reading you guys a book. Oh god, TikTok, there's so much. Hold on. Customized. Okay. Introduce a super. Okay. God, there's so much. I should have done the demo. Okay, so what I had planned was I had found this website where you can answer questions in AI, and yes, I know everyone's disdain for AI, but I thought it was a good amount of like craps and giggles. Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss on TikTok, or, well, I know I'm not allowed really to cuss on YouTube. They have a bit of an issue on that. So, I figured that I would do a segment called TBR, totally book related, when it's actually not. It's mostly just me rambling and asking my certain Alexa. How do you spell your name, Alexa? No, don't start talking.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
What now?
Shush. Hush. Okay. Normally it's me trying to I don't know what that was. What just popped up? I have no idea. TikTok, what popped up? I don't know what popped up. I'm getting sidetracked. But that's normally the case. Okay, so normally I've tried to do this in the past where I would read and record myself, but I found that I'm really bad at reading out loud. And how I found this out was my sister, somebody had suggested her a book, and she's like, I don't really have time to read this. I'm more for like, I'm like really busy. Can you do like audio? Like, I need an audiobook of this. So I was like, oh, I'll read it for you. And I'll record myself reading it. So there's a hidden playlist on my YouTube channel of me reading this story, and it was more of me asking quote-unquote machine known as Alexa. Okay, it did not answer, thank God. Asking that machine how to pronounce certain words, because I cannot for the life of me speak clearly, while also giving in my own form of commentary while reading. So I figured I would try to pick this up again, where I start off with this book that I had AI write, and all I had to do was answer questions, give information and everything, and it popped out a book called Murder Most Awkward, which, yay, I have never read this one, so it'll be kind of interesting to see how this goes. I did buy like a copy, like I did the same thing, but I did it for a friend and I read his book of it. And AI can't write for nothing. It was bad. It was really, really bad. Like it kept... It read if like somebody had just wrote their first essay ever, but was really, 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 really bad about it. Like didn't know how to write an essay to begin with. But 100% for trying. So I read his and was so frustrated on a lot of things on it, like how magically someone would just appear, and or they would repeat the same like scene and all that. So I'm kind of intrigued about how this is going to go, because how I answered the questions was I came up with a character named Sparrow, who is an unaliver, and somehow they died. Sorry. They were unalived, and now their ghost is trying to find who unalived them with the help of other ghosts. And they have no friendship skills, nothing. And I know a couple of you who's watching this. Oh, what should you draw? That's a good question, Solar. I have no idea. You can always draw your OC that you were talking about. That's always a suggestion. Or, what is a good thing to draw? I have no idea. I have no idea what would be a good thing to draw. Don't say I'm right. Sometimes I'm wrong. Most of the time I am wrong. But yeah, you can always draw your OC. That's usually something I do, because drawing actual things can be a mind boggler. So, you guys are good at making me ramble. No, that's just me. Alright, so how the story is the awkward pursuit begins. Meet Sparrow, a socially inept unaliver. Can I say serial killer on TikTok? Well, that's a redundant question because I just said serial killer on TikTok. I know I can say it on YouTube. Can I say it on TikTok? I have no idea. We'll test it. If TikTok goes naughty, 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 I'm just gonna go, oh, shucks. Alright, inept serial killer on a mission to unmask their own murderer. As Sparrow navigates the afterlife, this is what I'm talking about. I promise you I can read, but it's time to bring out the big guns. Hey Alexa, can you pronounce Pecularitie's?
I pronounce the peculiarities.
Thank
but I'm
you.
always
Shush.
working on how I say
Alexa,
things.
Shush. That's gonna happen a lot. Whatever that thing said, befriending ghostly victims, they grapple with their darkest fears and most inappropriate thoughts. Oh, it's because I answered one of the questions, what's your favorite thing to read, and I put down dark romance. Okay. And the fact that I have a very dark mind and have innuendo jokes and everything. Okay, that makes sense now. With dreams of acceptance haunting them and a penchant for quoting questionable phrases, Sparrow's journey is as humorously unsettling as it is intriguing. Can they solve this murder before their spectral friends run out of patience? If it's anything like me, people run out of patience real quickly when talking to me. So this is gonna be fun. Oh. Hello to all the new people. Hello. I'm trying out this new TikTok live, seeing how well I do on this and everything, while also filming for YouTube, doing YouTube live as well. Surprisingly, I have more people on you guys than I do on YouTube. So that is an impressive thing, counting I've been doing YouTube much longer. Not by much though. No? Yes, maybe. I have no idea. Excuse the rambling. If any of you guys have ever seen any of my videos, you know that I either ramble a lot or I'm just such a dork that it's comical. Another thing is when I am reading a story, which is, again, for all the new people, Murder Most Wanted, it is an AI generated book that was written where all I did was answer questions. For the amount of money I had paid for this, I hope it's good. The first one I had bought for a friend was questionable. You will be hearing me talk to a certain machine on how to pronounce certain words, because I promise you I can read, but sometimes I have difficulty of pronouncing things. There's one person on here that knows for a fact that I cannot speak to save my life, and all their friends knows. Hello to all the new people. Alright, so Murder Most Awkward. The Tales of Sparrow, which is a character that I created for this. Yay! Which is a character, I guess, I don't know. So there is a total of 20 chapters, 20 mysterious chapters of I don't know what to expect. Because, again, all I did was answer questions and AI wrote the book for me. So this is going to be intriguing. I forgot. No, I'm not going to pour it into a glass. It's fine. I'll just drink straight from the bottle. Alright, so Chapter 1. Welcome to my neighborhood, the woods. TikTok, what are you doing? I have no idea what TikTok is doing. Okay, this is gonna be fine. Alright, welcome to my neighborhood, the woods. The woods, my beloved sanctuary of shadows and secrets, are a place that, to the untrained eye, might seem ordinary. But to me, they're gosh dang it, it's veritable buffet of opportunity, a feast for both the senses and the predatory instincts. This better not be what I think the book is trying to make it out to be, but this is gonna be okay. I mean, who wouldn't want to spend their time in a place that smells of damp earth and decay? Yum! That's not in the book, but commentary. It's a perfect setting for blending into the environment while contemplating the fine art of murder. Every fallen leaf and whispering wind plays into my favor. Sure. Welcome, dear friends, I chimed, twirling in my favorite oversized black hoodie, which might as well have been a statement piece on gosh darn it. Alexa! Pronounce Societal.
I pronounce that societal.
Okay,
but
thank
I'm
you,
always
Alexa.
working on how I
Stop,
say
stop,
things
stop,
and I
stop,
might
stop,
not
stop.
have it right.
Alexa, stop. However that pronounced it. Rejection. Today we delve into the nutritious foliage of crime. I'm pretty sure I butchered both of those words. And let me tell you, nothing washes down the guilt quite like a stroll through the woods. Oh, that was an exclamation point. I'm so sorry. And let me tell you, nothing washes down the guilt quite like a stroll through the woods. I'm trying, guys. I promise. Plus, the acoustics are fabulous. Always makes me feel like I'm in my very own horror movie. No, thank you. Goodbye, phone call. Be like Emperor's New Groove. You ruined my groove. Kick out window. Also, no one wants to be in a horror movie. Thank you, AI, for suggesting that. As I walked deeper into the trees, they loomed like ancient centennials, structurally sound yet eerily quiet. You see, I continued. What the fuck word is this? Yes. I hate AI. They know I can't freaking read half the time. Alexa, pronounce Gesticulatting.
I pronounce that gesticulating, but I'm always working on how I say things and I might not have it right.
Hey, Alexa, stop. Why does... Okay, just... Hey, Alexa, define Gesticulatting.
Gesticulating is a form of the verb gesticulate, which is usually defined as to make or use gestures, especially in an animated or excited manner.
Okay, Alexa, stop. Why not just use that to make whatever the hell you said? Whatever. I promise I can read. To make hand gestures wildly with a crooked stick. Comment on her video. Oh, hello. Someone had commented on a video. I will read that once I'm done. Where was I? Oh, wildly with a crooked stick. I'd picked up. Thank you for explaining that you picked up a stick. Necessary prop for... Gosh darn it. Articulating dramatic points. Obviously, the woods offer ample cover. It's like a blanket for a freaking psychopath. And if you're anything like me, trying to navigate social situations without stumbling over your own feet, like right freaking now, hiding in the dark beats, hunting down small talk at a cocktail party, which I am not great at. Plus, why would I go to a cocktail party that has a lot of people in there? Pausing to survey my surroundings, I crouched down almost instinctively. A personal quirk I developed after years of being told to never sneak up on people. A quirk I learned over the years after being told numerous times not to sneak up to people. I'll crouch down. Yeah, because that makes total sense. First tip, learn to avoid eye contact. Okay, I do that anyways. I quickly glanced around, realizing it was an empty space, void of possible witnesses. Good, I guess when you're around kind of to someone you don't want witnesses, it's much easier to invite someone to a painful death while they're unaware of where you are in relation to their haunting personal choices. What? I don't know about you guys, but I'm already... Just don't get too comfortable. I'm already not. You want surprise to be your calling card, not awkward moments of catching their eye and waving. I'm pretty sure all of you, including me, have done that where you see someone going, and you're like, just to find out they're waving at someone freaking else behind you, and you just go, In my introspections, why can I pronounce that but not articulate? Wait, sorry, what was the word I had? Articulating, where I had asked the machine, why can I pronounce that one, but not that? I completely ignored the way my own little speech was slightly awkward. Like right now. Not like I could announce. Excuse me, inner voice, why are you so familiar with my eyes? What? That was way too introspective, even for someone with murder on their mind. Sure. Now here's the best part. Choosing the right time to strike. I'm only on page 2 and I'm already annoyed with AI. A squirrel skittered down a tree. I paused, smirking. You would think they're cautious creatures, right? Okay. I pointed at the little intruder as if presenting an award. Little does it know, some predators have sharp instruments of death lurking behind the comfort of nature. And if it catches too much attention... Where was I? Too much attention. It could be my next victim. Okay, maybe not ironically like all those romance novels I read, but sometimes it's all about perspective. Anyway, you catch my drift. Who the hell am I talking to in this book? And where does romance novels come into... Okay, I am so freaking... It was only as I glanced down at the poor innocent creature that I realized it was scampering away from me. How rude. I mean, you're in the woods just throwing a stick around and talking about unaliving someone while also basing it off of romance books. Yeah, I would run too. I was only trying to make a point. This reminded me of the time I missed a social cue that led to an epic cringe. That is my whole entire existence. Thank you for letting me know, AI, that you know me personally. Like that one time at a grocery store when I misunderstood a casual inquiry about my preferred lettuce as an invitation to tell the stranger my life story. If we're bringing produce into this, I swear to God, I'm so done with freaking produce in AI books. That was one of the main things that was in the one that was created for my friend, where it was like dancing produce. His book was all about innuendos and dirty jokes and everything. And for some odd reason, they decided that produce, not the correct produce, but weird produce, to be the innuendo jokes. So this book brings in produce. I'm done. I would already be finished with this book. Oh, hello. You can manage AI summary. No, I think we got enough AI in this already. TikTok, I'm not adding any AI to this. This is enough AI. Do you know what it's like to be a veil of awkwardness? Absolutely. Right here. Completely. I have a whole channel of 2 sets that definitely says that I am totally awkward. I see at a wrestling branch, great, silently begging to listen. That's nothing compared to explaining how I collect reminders of my archery. What reminders? But I digress. Fuck you, that's what I always say. Back to the woodsy tips we have here. What? When the squirrels finally left the scene, I resumed my stroll, this time a bit more dramatically. Okay. The mood is crucial. You need eerie vibes, I said aloud as if reciting poetry. Shush. Sorry. You need eerie vibes, I said aloud as if reciting poetry about darkness. Because everyone does that while walking through the woods. That's perfectly normal. I usually set the stage right around dusk or dawn. It's when the colors are least forgiving and leads to depressingly moody lighting. I don't know, those are perfect timings to be awake because there's no one outside in the living world. Perfect for making every victim regret all those life choices that led them to that forsaken destiny of meeting me. They don't have to be victims to be forsaken to be meeting me. As I dove into yet another philosophical... Oh my god. One moment. Hey Alexa, pronounce Philosophical.
I pronounce that philosophical.
Thank you, stop.
Alexa,
stop. Thank you. I wasn't kidding. I literally will talk to that machine in hopes that it can help me pronounce what my speech impediment will not allow me to pronounce. Ramble. I suddenly noticed a startled deer a few feet away. Man, I want to see a deer. Never mind, I see them every morning when I'm heading to work and they decide to play Frogger in front of my car. Ah! Creature of the wild! You might not appreciate my monologue. I don't appreciate your monologue. But you can be a great motivator. No, it won't. My voice cracked as I tried to impress upon it how profound my thoughts truly were. The deer looked at me. I would look at you too. Calm, collected, and utterly indifferent, and frankly, that deer seemed more socially adept than I had ever been. I fully on agree. This is page 3, everyone. Plus, just thinking about it, dear timid friend, I pointed at the creature. Why is Cthulhu in this book? Cthulhu's in this book. Why is Cthulhu in this book? I don't remember answering a question about what mythical creature you want in your story, and last time I checked, I can't spell Cthulhu on the top of my head. So why is Cthulhu in this? If Cthulhu came down and challenged me to a duel, I would definitely warm up by practicing a couple of woodland creatures. What? Excuse me? Hold on. If Cthulhu came down and challenged me to a duel, I would definitely warm up by practicing on a couple of woodland creatures. Ignore where my train of thought went, okay? Would definitely warm up by practicing on a couple of woodland creatures first. You're at the top of that list. Just kidding, relax. This character's talking about unaliving the creatures. Not where my mind was going, but okay. Thank God that is not the direction it was going. I read way too much books. As I knelt preparing to sketch a quick blueprint of potential murder locations, inspiration, I was caught off guard when the universe gifted me a stroke of genius. I rarely get that. So why is this AI character getting this? If you need an audience for your work of art, I elaborated while deeply pondering how I could incorporate a tree swing into the planning of various executions. Okay, this book is literally trying to mess with me. I know it is. Make sure it's someone who doesn't know when to laugh at awkward moments. They don't make it easy, so you must remain their unfunny joker. I should work on that instead of just shouting, "I'm going to kill you." Yeah, you could totally work on that. I could say, "Do you want to swap life stories before I tie you to the nearest tree?" I'm gonna either burn this book or just, I don't know. Just then I heard a faint rustle behind me. Was it the wind? Or a ghostly whisper reminding me I was not alone? Well, according to AI books, you are apparently never alone, but okay. Well, that's just dandy, I gasp. The woods must be telling me I'm not allowed to practice my social skills with you, ever. But ghosts are okay, right? Even the ones without defined social cues? This book is a social faux pas. Before I could contemplate the absurdity of my own musings, there it was again, a louder rustle. Heaven help me. My heart raced as my mind imagined all sorts of horror movie scenarios. Was it a deer, an intruder, a rabid raccoon seeking revenge for my squirrel-eccentric comedy? With a deep inhale, I turned slowly to reveal nothing. Okay, Mr. Forrest, stop toying with me. I'm sharing my intimate thoughts with you. Can't a socially awkward serial killer get some courtesy and respond? Help me. Just another day in my splendid woods. They were the perfect backdrop for all that was dark and confusing. Just like my own existence, where awkwardness straddled the line between clarity and chaos. All I knew was that this wouldn't just be an ordinary day. Freaking course not. And given the untold secrets of the woods, I suspected that something unusual was just around the corner. Because there always is. Now that we've established my lovely hunting ground, it's time for the... Oh God. Piece de resistance? Now I can pronounce that, but I can't pronounce an easy freaking word. The demonstration of my top 3 favorite methods of murder. I declared, waving my arms excitingly, nearly tripping over a tree root as I stumbled into the theatrical mood. My passion for the macabre often led to promises of grandeur, even if it was just me in the woods with a stick as a prop. Like every childhood should be. That part wasn't in the book. That's just me stating that in childhood you usually play with a stick and pretend it's either a pew-pew or a longsword. Or some weird form of wings. Who knows? Your imagination did. Ta-da! I said, presenting my 3 chosen favorites like a magician. Oh yeah, wand. Can't forget about a wand. Magician unveiling his tricks. Each method is delightful as it is effective. I've carefully crafted these techniques with love. Well, you know, the kind of love that most people might avoid. What kind of love are you talking about? Because I can think of several, and I don't think any of them matches with this book. The invisible audience of trees rustled approvingly, or maybe they were just laughing at my awkwardness. They're laughing. Not with you. At you. Well, either way, I took that as a win and began my earnest journey into the darkness of creativity. Let's kick things off with the classic, the ever so charming... Guys, I'm sorry. Apparently, it's ever so charming strangulation. If this was angel dust, reading this, you'd go, kinky. But unfortunately, it's not, because this isn't the husband's hotel. This is just moi. I exclaimed, throwing my hands in an exaggerated manner. Ah, yes, nothing says I care quite like a cozy... Stop it. I care quite like a cozy noose around someone's neck. I mean, it's practically a warm embrace, don't you think? No. Guys, if you are... This book is going to get me kicked off of TikTok real freaking quickly. Maybe I should have read this before I decided to pick this up. But then again, I wanted to give all of y'all, like, my real reaction to this. Hello, yes? Oh, I thought someone knocked on my bedroom door. Came a knocking, nevermore. I do apologize.
What now?
One or quart? Hold on, TikTok. What? Huh? I don't know what's going on. TikTok, what? What is going on? TikTok, I don't understand. I do know my phone, though, has decided to scream, I'm dying. Where is it? We pause this momentarily. We pause this book for the intermission of charging said phone battery before it all goes pew and becomes part of the victim of this horrendous book. Oh, sweet Jesus. Alright, I don't remember. Oh, yes, we were talking about how apparently the book thinks strangulation is a warm embrace. Because heaven forbid. TikTok is going to hate me, I just know it. Also, can anyone explain half the stuff that's showing up on here? Because I have no idea. I keep seeing like pop-ups of like certain things, and I have no idea what all that means. Because, again, this is my first live, and I'm not familiar with all this. Ooh, hello new people. I'm currently reading a really bad AI written book. Yeah, it's not great. We're only on page 5, and I've probably commented more on how awful it is and snide comments and everything than actually read the thing. And I'm self-doubting myself on if I should continue reading this book because it is highly sane to embrace the fact that a noose is a warm embrace and everything, and I don't know how I should feel about reading this to all of y'all, because I know most of you have lied about your age on TikTok and have said that you are over the age of 18, when I know for a fact that most of you are not over the age of 18, that you're actually under the age of 18, and I don't want people going, she's talking about suicide on TikTok, oh no! Also, I do a lot of rambling, and if I don't know how to, if my speech impediment or however the heck my brain works doesn't allow me to pronounce a certain word, I go to my handy-dandy little contraption that starts with an A, and if you say the name, it goes, hello, yes. I ask that thing to pronounce the words, to find words that I don't know, to help me give you guys better the book. Hope I caught all you new people up, and let's continue. I am not going, if you want to know what all has happened so far, basically it's this person who is deciding to do the whole labyrinth thing, where they're reenacting a couple of like their, yes, I'm an unaliver, da-da-da-da-da, in a really bad AI written way. TikTok, what is that? I don't know what that is. Molly, what are you doing? Hush. I love you, sweetie. I'm talking to my cat. My cat's here. My cat won't leave me alone if I have my bedroom door shut. Okay, so, oh yes, the noose. I picked up a long vine from the ground. If you freaking use that as the noose, I am so done. Possibly an unwanted tendril of nature. I wouldn't say it's unwanted. It actually is really pretty unless you accidentally grab one and it's actually a snake. Then you're just going, oh, and tossing that thing across the forest floor. But I wasn't fussy. Oh, okay, fussy. I thought it said fuzzy, and I was going to question everything again. I began to twist it around. No! No! Oh, God, I don't want to read this sentence. To demonstrate the artistic flair. Why? Okay, I'm not reading this sentence, but I'm going to tell you, I called it. The moment that the character said warm embrace, I called it. That's what the next sentence is. She's decided that she's going to test how warm of an embrace it is. I'm not reading that sentence. There's no way. What I will do... What? Oh, hi! Sorry, Discord. Someone I follow on X and Blue Sky. But I'll let you guys read it, because I'm not reading it, because I do not feel kind of comfy and reading that. Let's see. Here you go. I'll give you guys 0.2 seconds. Okay, got it? Okay. I'm not giving you guys any thoughts. Let's see. I began to twist it around. Blank, 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 blank. Blank, blank of the act. This, of course, was an entirely bad idea. Good, we're both on an agreement. And I soon found myself gasping. Oh no, I didn't think this through. Don't try this at home, kids. Just stick to, like, knitting or scrapbooking. Knitting and scrapbooking is a pretty good idea. Not whatever the heck this person's decided. Hey, I hate you. I gasped and wiggled until I managed to free myself from the vine, letting it fall to the ground. As I was saying, strangulation. No, it's. Well, I guess that is a statement for people who. That's going to be a situation where you ask somebody of a different stature on if that's what they think is beautifully intimate. In certain books I read, oh, absolutely, apparently it is. It is so forte, but in real life, no, it's not. So I'm skipping that sentence too. Sorry. Nah, screw it. As I was saying, strangulation is beautifully intimate, depending on who you ask. You can feel the life ebb away slowly, like that time I waited for 3 hours in a drive-thru only to find they were out of my favorite fries. What? I would not compare those two. Actually, what type of fries are we talking about? Because if they're smiley face fries, I would be mad too if I waited in drive-thru for these smiley face fries and then find out that they had no smiley face fries. I would be very highly ticked. Or curly fries. Or if I waited in a drive-thru and found out that I had ordered fries and they'd be crinkle fries, I would be mad. Because I don't know about you guys, but crinkle fries is the worst fries. I think the tier is smiley face, waffle, curly, and shoestring, and then all the others, and then way at the bottom is crinkle. Like, we'll even say tater tots is above crinkle fries. And I'm not a big fan of tater tots either, but I like those more than crinkle fries. So I guess it depends on who you're asking on how if you can compare, if this is a justifiable whatever. Awful experience, just like watching someone fade away while you're as you whisper sweet nothings. Oh, so beautiful. Sure. Gorgeous. Lovely. Romanticize this. What am I saying? Every book I've read has romanticized all this stuff. I have no room to talk, but okay. I guess it's different when you're trying to read this out loud to people that you don't know their actual age to, and you're just hoping to God that their parents go, yes, child of mine, you can listen to someone read something that's well above the age of your age range. Beautiful. I cleared my throat, regaining my composure, and just think about it. There goes their chance for last words. What chance? Sorry, they say, gasping for breath. I didn't mean to take that last donut. Okay, if this character is unaliving people for donuts, I can't say much, because I will literally stab someone if they try to steal, like, a piece of my cake or something, so I can't say nothing. I rolled my eyes as if the very thought was heartbreaking. Not that I have an issue with food, but, you know, self-control is critical when planning a murder, especially if you accidentally eat all the evidence. Moving on, method 2, poison. That was okay. I twirled on the spot so dramatically I nearly slipped on some leaves. This one is my personal favorite because it allows for what? Oh, shut up, watch. I'm moving enough. I'm wiggling my arms around. See, there we go. I'm moving. You can stop being condescending now. This one is my personal favorite because it allows for splendid gosh darn it. Okay, I know this word, guys. I promise you. It's just the fact that my brain cannot compute it. Splendid. We're gonna go with another word for this, where it's like secretly hiding it in their food, or their drink and all that. A drop of this, a sprinkle of that, and our poor victim doesn't even know what hit them. Well, until it's too late, of course. Ha 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 ha. Guys, I promise I am semi-normal. Little bit, kinda. Okay, who am I kidding? I'm not normal. I started rummaging through my imaginary bag of concoctions. Why can I pronounce that, but not Subtlety. Maybe I should go back to wearing glasses. I have no idea. Pretending to throw in dubious ingredients with a twist of my wrist. Sprinkle salt. Some might call it snobbery. Who's calling it snobbery? Herbology, when it's come to the concept of like how like what plants are edible and what plants are poisonous, is actually a really cool like knowledge to have. Like absolutely amazing, because like if you're in the middle of the road, Malina, hi, yes, hello, no, release your tail from my light fixtures. Hi guys, she has decided to say hello. Yes, say hello. Yes. I love you too, my precious little baby. Right, but no, like, knowing what plants are edible and all that whatnot is actually a really cool thing to know, because, like, if you're stuck on the side of the road or stuck in the middle of the woods and stuff and you get hungry because you're an idiot and you didn't pack any food, it's good to know what plants that you can eat and what plants will kill you, because if you accidentally eat a plant that kills you, well, you're screwed from the start, so. Because it's hard to... Okay, Molly. Yes, hello. Thank you. Love you too. But just it's not a snobbery thing to know. Okay. So but I prefer to think of it as, yes, hello, my precious little baby. I prefer to think of it as gourmet murder. I can stand for that one. You've got to really study your herbs and have a taste. It's art, not just some sloppy mess. Whatever tickles your taste buds, be it hemlock, belladonna, or just a casual amount of that leftover salad dressing you promised yourself you'd never eat again. Ew. Salad dressing? Yuck. Disgusting. No. Ew. That's almost as bad as putting belladonna and hemlock in your salad. Gross. I still don't understand half the stuff that's showing up on here. Molly, I am so sorry. Let me move over for you. There we go. Come on. Up. Up. Yep, come on. I know. There we go. Oh, hush. I paused to catch my breath while trying to ignore the visual of rotten garlic from the back of my mind. Ew. And the best part, as you wait for the... drumroll, please. It's probably something stupid. Life to slip away in a charmingly sterile manner, you can sip your iced tea on the patio. I wouldn't go with tea, especially iced tea. If it was warm peppermint tea, sure. Iced tea, not so much. I know I'm from the South and that's a taboo thing to say, but I prefer my coffee. Or my tea, my hot tea, not cold tea. You know what they say. Why not enjoy the quiet before the storm? Sure, okay. Aha! But here's the real kicker. Murder by poison is an absolute right during family gatherings. Okay, I'm intrigued. Why is that? Because, picture it, right? A picnic with Aunt Edna, and she's just going on and on and on about her cat. Excuse you? I'm sorry, I might be Aunt Edna in this right now, because I would go on and on and on about my cat. And you're smiling, nodding, plotting, contemplating the best dosage to add into our potato salad. Just a little. That is not how you spell little. How they spelled it, even when being sarcastic in how to the whole like little thing, they spelled it as L-E-E-E-E-E-E-E-E-E-E-E-E-E-E-T-L-E. Little sprinkle and voila. What? Oh, hello. More notifications. Boop, 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 boop. Sprinkle and voila. The only miracle is that someone will finally see her for the cat-obsessed tyrant she is. Book, all I can say to you is there's a special little bird on both my hands that you're about to get, because cats are amazing. Tasty. I mean, not literally. Only some of my ingredients have a delightful aftertaste. Yeah, which one? Because clearly, you're not unalived if you tasted them. The squirrels probably would have appreciated Oh, okay. Notification. Full face Appreciated a full-face rant about food with the way they scurried around, but alas, I had limited time in this impromptu seminar. And finally, my piece de resistance, the classic accidental death. I took a deep breath, dramatically clapping my hands together. Who doesn't love a good accidental mishap? It combines excitement with just a hint of chaos and confusion. Molly, honey, your reading skills is worse than mine. Unless you've been lying to me. Then I expect bedtime stories every night. Where was I? Oh, yes. A deep breath, dramatically clapping my hands together. Who doesn't love a good accidental mishap? It combines excitement with just a hint of chaos and confusion. Something I'm intimately familiar with every time I step outside without tripping. I'm always tripping. I couldn't help but smile at the sheer ridiculousness of this concept. Imagine this. You're having a lovely picnic. The sky is azure. Just say the sky is blue. Because azure means blue, right? Yes? Pretty sure. Azure. The sun is shining, and suddenly, oh dear, someone trips, falls, and whoops, right off a ledge. So tragic. I waved my hands around, clearly visualizing some poor soul meeting their end in an unfortunate tumble. I'm not gonna lie, watching America's Funniest Home Videos have Pavlov me into laughing at things like this, so I would definitely be laughing my behind off if I saw someone trip and fall. Honestly, it gives me a good chuckle just thinking about it. AI needs to stop because it is getting so much things about my personal life on point. The perfect blend of irony and misfortune. Like when you find out your cat was secretly plotting to steal your spot on the couch. Molly! Bad girl. How dare you steal? Never mind, you're going to steal no matter what. I grinned, reveling in my own dark humor. That's not much of a dark humor, but okay. Plus, I mean, it ignites creativity. Picture this. You orchestrate a sequence of vaguely dangerous events, and it all falls perfectly into place. A loose railing here, some soapy stairs there. Gasp! You really need to plan well and put in the effort. It's all about finesse, people. As I nestled back into my dramatic stand, I added, and the best part about accidental deaths is you get to walk away unscathed. No one would suspect a socially awkward serial killer, right? 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 You just blended into the scenery like a wallflower at a middle school dance. I don't understand how that would... What? Okay, for anyone that's ever gone to a middle school dance, can someone explain that to me? Because I never went to a middle school dance. So I have no understanding on that. Feeling a bit lightheaded and vaguely proud of my horrific demonstrations, I surveyed my interactive audience of trees and the occasional curious deer. So there you have it, folks, my top 3 methods laid bare. Just think of me next time you need to spice up your life, preferably away from my neighborhood, of course, but remember to buckle up for awkward social situations and always watch where you're stepping. I cannot stress the importance of that last one. As I turned to continue my exploration, I felt a tingle of excitement swirl inside me. Not that type of thought process. 2 methods down and so many mysteries awaiting. And maybe, just maybe, that squirrel from earlier was watching, taking notes on my masterclass in awkward murder. After all, even the bravest creatures in the woods deserve to learn how to get ahead in life, or death for that matter. As I reveled in the twisted satisfaction of my macabre masterpieces, a strange sense of calm washed over me, only to be swiftly punctuated by the familiar pang of existential dread. Yes, existential dread. Depresso espresso, right here, right now, absolutely. Isn't it ironic? I murmured to myself, leaning against a sturdy oak, its bark rough against my back, as if it were judging me for all my life choices. Here I am, your adorable neighborhood serial killer. Just like freaking friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, except for there's blood, guts, and gore, and a knife to any part of the body, or maybe some poison, who knows. Belladonna, anyone? You want to drink of this some belladonna? Absolutely, Hemlock, of course. Yearning for acceptance in a world that shuns my every step. Yes, of course, if they knew that you were a serial killer, they would totally actually you would be in prison, on death row, to the chair, to get electrocuted. Yeah, I sighed dramatically. Flinging my arms out, as if trying to embrace the very cosmos. What's a socially awkward killer gotta do to be seen for their true self? Kill in plain daylight, in front of witnesses. That's how you could be noticed. I do not condone this. Do not. No. Mm-mm. Where was I? I mean, is it too hard to ask for a supportive friend who appreciates both dark humor and a well-placed trap? If only they could really hear me. I swear to God, if they're starting to become a talking animal in this book, yeah. This is not Disney. Though it would be interesting to see a Disney movie that had a serial killer in it. But this is not Disney. To the untrained observer, the notion of talking to trees might seem outrageous, but I found solace in my fervent. Why? Silicoles? I think that is. Oh, Alexa! Pronounce Soliloquies.
I pronounce that soliloquies, but I'm always working on how I say things and I might not have it right.
Define that.
From dictionary.com. Used to indicate a person, thing, idea, state, event, time, remark, etc., as pointed out or present, mentioned before, supposed to be understood, or by way of emphasis.
Okay, did you define soliloquies or did you find the word that? Because now I'm confused. So either there's a person error, which is highly likely, or there is a technological error, which is not as likely. Whatever. Oh my God. Don't you see my awkwardness? Right here. A hindrance to social interactions right here. But a calling card of unique kind right here. I gestured wildly. Being this uncomfortable is practically an art form. Queen of Cringe right here. Absolutely. Let's go. Screw this book. I could sell it in galleries. I'd rather not. An art gallery of horrific misunderstandings. I would make bank. Featuring Sparrow, creator of socially inept chaos. Queen of Cringe. I'm losing my ever loving mind. Okay, page 7. Guys, that was 6-7, if anyone wants to know. Hi, new people. I'm currently reading an AI-generated book, while I'm also losing my ever-loving mind on how to pronounce and define certain words, and then I ask a little machine that starts with an A, and if I say its name, it's going to go, yes. Let's just say I'm having a connection with AI, because AI cannot write to save their freaking never life, or I just cannot comprehend and read this book at all. So, yay! And me being me, and me being absolutely cringy worthy. This is a totally cringy reading where I will stop and talk and ramble and do my own commentary instead of actually reading the dang thing. So I don't even know if any of you guys are enjoying my reading. I'm hoping you are. I'm having fun reading this and just allowing myself to just be who I am while reading this and allowing my thought process to continue going on. Exactly like how if I was reading this by myself. YouTube is very quiet. I have decided to ignore YouTube. Yes, I'm talking to YouTube. I'll probably delete the YouTube video afterwards because, well, because clearly my people are these people, you guys. Hello, you people. I love you all. Heart. God, I don't even know how to do like a summarize of what all is happening other than this character named Sparrow has just been in the woods going la-di-da-di-da, let's just tell the world, tell the trees, and tell the squirrels and the deer that I'm the serial killer. Yay! The one serial killer thing they've actually talked about that was impressive was the fact of using herbs. Other than that, it's just maybe I can maybe if I just it would make sense. Considering my own reflection in the bark, like wolf bark or bark of a tree. What? I don't know. If trees could hold a mirror. They can! It's called Hammer It In! That would be a favorite pastime. No! I realize how clumsy I often felt. An awkward gesture in a world that prized suave sophistication. And those people do not actually exist, because there is no normal person in this whole entire existence. If they are, something's wrong with them. You know what, Woodsy? Why are we naming the woods Woodsy? You were lucky. You just stand there, growling silently while I trip over my own hands, trying to explain my dark humor to people who just want to eat brownies and talk about cats. Okay, 1, there's nothing wrong about eating brownies. 2, what is your thing against cats? I feel targeted. My cat feels targeted. My cat is right now up against me because she feels targeted. Which is another thing a lot of you people... Oh, I am what? Oh, did the other question. Okay, well, I'm glad that you're enjoying this, Solar. I hope your parents are mad. You missed... What in the world? What is going on? Hello? Drag the puzzle... Oh, unable... What is going on? Okay, for some odd reason, apparently Live has like this thing where if you're on it too long, it goes, drag a puzzle piece. I didn't know that. So I have no idea where all you guys ended off at. I don't know what's going on or any of that stuff. So, yay! I should have really done the demo on how to do it live. Oops. Okay, so apparently we're calling the Woodsies. We're calling the woods Woodsies and that they're lucky. Oh yeah, we're talking about brownies and cats and how this book hates cats apparently. Which also, you guys, some of you who weren't here at the beginning missed a little... This is my cat. This is Molly. Say hi, Molly. Yes, hello. I know, I woke you. I'm so sorry. Just then an eye-roll-worthy thought struck me. Okay, I have never had a thought process where my whole eye went... just roll into the back of my head. Go, roll and be like, ah, brilliant idea. I think that would give me a migraine, just roll my eyes behind in the back of my head. Maybe my dark pursuits aren't that far off from your job. What? You just stand there and I just, well, let's say my artistic aspirations might be a little more... What in the world word is this? Fatalistic? Fatalistic? No, that's not how it's pronounced. That cannot be how that is pronounced. So I want to ask the machine. I should ask the machine. Hey Alexa, pronounce Fatalistic. Alexa, pronounce Fatalistic.
I pronounce that fatalistic, but I'm always
Fatalistic.
working on how I say things and
Hey
I might not have it right.
Alexa, define fatalistic.
I have a couple definitions for the adjective
I just need
fatalistic. 1. Of or pertaining to fatalism. 2. Submissive to fate.
I'm gonna go with option 2. Hello, new people. I'm currently reading a very awful written book by AI. Though I think I've done more commentary than actually reading this because this book is making absolutely no sense and I'm despising this book because it is... In the midst of this self-reflective meltdown... What meltdown? I'm having a meltdown. This character's not having a meltdown. I'm having a meltdown because it's... I grinned at the ridiculousness of my existence. What a wild... Dichotomy? I think that's what that is. I don't know. Dichotomy. I could so totally, instead of using the one machine, use the other machine because clearly YouTube don't like me. Where was I? I don't know. fudge. What a wild I can read, I promise. My just brain cannot compute. Alright. Hey Alexa, pronounce dichotomy.
I pronounce that dichotomy, but I'm always working on how I say things and I might not have it right.
Shush. Okay, what a wild dichotomy it was. I'm guessing that means idea. To fantasize about jagged edges of death while my heart still fluttered at the thought of fitting in. That is what it means. Okay, of laughing along at dinner parties and maybe, just maybe, sharing a plate of nachos without feeling like a psychopath. Okay, one, I wouldn't share nachos because there's only so many chips and not enough cheese for said nachos, so that means someone is getting more cheese than me, and we cannot have that. I'm willing to share fries because then everyone gets the same amount of fries, especially if they're smiley face fries, because that means there's more smiley face fries. Acceptance. That's what I really desire, I mumbled as I plucked a fallen acorn and examined it. To anyone else, it was simply nature's snack. Wait, did you just pick up? What did you pick up? What did you pick up? What did you pick up? No, do not eat an acorn. Acorns are poisonous. Oh, God. Why are you eating an acorn? Acorns are poisonous. You do not eat an acorn. What the fuck? AI, you did not do your research. To anyone else, it was a simply nature snack, but to me, it represented so much more. A morsel of hope. I'm pretty sure... Alexa, can you eat an acorn?
From livestrong.com. Do not eat raw acorns. Raw acorns contain bitter-tasting tannins, which are toxic to humans as well as to
dogs,
book
is wrong.
Horses, and cattle.
Okay, Alexa, stop. Stop. This book is wrong. You do not eat acorns. Acorns are dangerous for humans. No. It is not a morsel of hope, unless your hope is that of murdering everyone. Can't someone in this world admire my quirky style? I want to be embraced for my terrifying little quirks instead of judged. I'm judging you hardly for that acorn. A killer with a heart. Hearts, technically. Right behind the curtain of flesh, it could work. I mean, if you were like 7 feet tall, red, and had deer ears and antlers, and carried a microphone, and went, "Smile, my dear," you would be loved, no problem. Absolutely loved. You would have a whole fandom behind you. But unfortunately, you're an idiot that decides that you can eat an acorn when they're poisonous. So, no. That and you hate cats. That is my canon for this character in the book. She hates cats, and she's an idiot. Where was I? Because I got off kilter again. Right behind the curtain of flesh. It could work. As I pondered this, the eerie tranquility of the woods began fading into a creepy tension, sneaking in and wrapping around me like a shroud. It was the darkness that sometimes whispered doubts, and it reared its head at the most inopportune moments. Maybe I'm just imagining it. Pine trees aren't known for being judgmental. No, but they are torturous if you get like a couple of those things stuck inside your clothes and you're itchy all over. They are not judgmental. They're just petty little... They're too busy being pokey and breathing heavily? What? That makes no sense. And this is coming from someone that absolutely makes no sense. I chuckled nervously, though my ribcage felt like it was being squeezed in a vice. Suddenly a loud rustle scattered the stillness. A cacophony. No, we are not using that word, I swear to God. AI loves the word cacophony. I don't know why it does. I hate it. That and camaraderie. It uses those two words continuously because those are the same two words that it used in the One Friend's book. A lot. Cacophony and camaraderie. Every freaking time. Instead of saying friendship, it went camaraderie. Every time it could have been something else, it went cacophony. Because for some odd reason, AI just goes, I'm supposed to be intellectual. I'm supposed to be a smart machine. Let's use big words that some people don't know existed. Right. A cacophony Tiny branches snapping and leaves crunching underfoot. My heart raced, pounding against my ribs, like a rabid toddler desperate for attention. Okay, calm down. It could just be a freaking bear! I yelped, imagining the forest filled with man-eating wildlife set to swallow me whole. Bears could smell fear, right? And I was practically marinating in anxiety at that moment. I think right now is a great moment to pause, take a drink, question my life existence, pause, take a drink, even though I've only read like about 9 pages. I hate grapefruit so much. So bitter. Alright. For some odd reason, there's now a bear in the woods. Yay. I didn't want to be bear snacks today, thank you very much. The bear wasn't expecting a very awkward person in the woods that was talking to the trees and being a little me. Maybe the bear is there to tell you do not start forest fires and put the fucking acorn down, dum-dum. If you were a sucker, you would be a dum-dum sucker, because a dum-dum sucker is a dum-dum sucker. I turned to peer into the thick foliage, squinting as shadows danced and flickered around me. Hello? Is anyone there? Horror movie 101, you never, if you hear a noise, go, hello, is anyone there? And I know I'm a kettle calling another kettle black, because I do that all the time. I never claimed to be smart. I called out, hoping for an otherworldly answer from imaginary friends. Why? Whenever I do it, I'm hoping not to hear a reply, when I know for a fact I'm alone in a location. If you're hoping for a reply, you're crazier than what I expected. But the woods held their secrets tightly, silent as the grave. Perhaps it's a ghost. Perhaps you're just crazy. I don't know. I don't know at all. I whispered to myself, half believing it and half scoffing at the very thought. Or my next victim. Why? Suddenly, a creeping dread into buzzing energy. Oh boy, talk about an unexpected plot twist. Maybe it's someone who appreciates my awkwardness and almost gets me. Or maybe it's just another lost soul. I mean, I can throw in some fringe benefits if it helps things along. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting... This book is definitely cringy. It fits me so well. Still trembling with anticipation, I took a cautious step forward, glancing around with furrowed brow. There is no S at the end. Honestly, can't I catch a break? One moment I'm hoping to forge connections in the ethereal realm, and the next I'm awkwardly chasing after what I hope isn't a feral animal plotting my demise? Hello. To Isabel, who just liked one of my TikTok videos, thank you. I don't know if you're watching this or not, but thank you. Where was I? Perhaps it's a ghost, I whispered to myself, half believing it and scoffing at the very thought, or my next bit, so I'm straightening it. Suddenly, creeping dread into maybe it's someone who appreciates my awkwardness and almost gets me, or maybe it's just another soul I can throw. Still trembling with anticipation, I took a curious step forward, glancing around with a furrowed brow. Okay, because I made a comment about how there is no S when I said brows, because A, I can only afford one brow. Honestly, can't I catch a break? One moment I'm hoping to forge connections in the ethereal realm, and the next I'm awkwardly chasing after what I hope isn't a feral animal plotting my demise. There came another snap. Man, usually I try to make sound effects, but I don't have anything that can make a snap. Oh wait, hold on, let me just pop my back real quick. Crap. What? I lost my place again. louder this time, as if announcing the arrival of something both magnificent and terrifying. I felt my breath hitch in my throat, excitement mingling with utter terror as my pulse quickened. That is not a heartbeat. Hold on. Boom, 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 boom. Pulse quickened. Come on! What is it? Surely it's not just my imagination running wild while I marinate in creative pool of existential dread. I felt the urge to call out once more, desperate to pierce the tension, yet the words felt heavy, stuck in like molasses. I've had molasses before. It is not tasty. Then it happened. A shape emerged from the shadows, cloaked in a delicate veil of obscurity. My gut twisted, half intrigued, half related to the horror reflected in the eyes of my prey. Gripped by its uncertainty, I blurted out, "If you're here to steal my acorn collection, I suggest you think twice." This was pivotal. I wanted to strike a balance between humor and danger. Classic Sparrow charm. But as the figure drew closer, I was left breathless. Okay. It can't be a bear, right? Unless it's gone vegan and wants to negotiate a peace treaty. But that isn't a normal bear thing. It's all a bit cliche, isn't it? With every heartbeat... Ooh, I remember now what I usually do for a heartbeat. The suspense grew heavier. A oh my god. I hate words I don't know. Oh, Alexa, pronounce Palpable.
I pronounced it palpable, but I'm always working on how I say things.
Alexa, stop. Palpable. Screw that up. Tension wrapping around me. The world changed as the figure approached, causing my anxiety to balloon. What? Huh? I've never heard it phrased like that. Causing my anxiety to balloon. Anxiety to balloon. Have you guys ever heard it be said that way? I've never heard it be said that way. Anxiety to balloon. That is such a weird way of saying that. Seriously, trees, can you at least give me a hint? Is this a ghost or a living person or an angry raccoon spy? Perhaps it's someone who can appreciate the intricate details of social awkwardness. The woods held their breath, waiting as much as I was anticipating whatever bizarre twists awaited me. What stood before me was neither an ordinary person nor another victim. Instead, the air shifted. A whisper brushed through the trees. Are you ready for your next chapter, Sparrow? Wait a second. Is this the killer? Is the killer about to be killed by another killer who knows this character? It murmured. My heart shot into my throat. My thoughts skittered in a chaotic chase. Doubts intertwining with intrigue. What did that even mean? I gasped again, fluttering on the edge of a knife. Anxiety and expectation all too... Fudge and cries. Pow. Oh my god, I had just asked a lot. Pow. I hate my speech impediment. The one word I had just asked that machine there how to pronounce, Palpable. Have fun with that. Maybe I am, or maybe I'm just a socially awkward serial killer in the woods looking for acceptance. Either way, I'd like to know your intentions first. As I blinked at the figure, strands of curiosity lacing through my mind. I braced myself for whatever habitually strange encounter awaited me next. For in the depths of this eerie wood, it was clear that a new chapter was about to unfold in ways I could scarcely imagine. And with a new chapter being mentioned, that is finally the end of chapter 1. Yay! Oh, sweet Jesus. 10 pages. 10 pages of that chapter. 10 pages. I don't know how I feel about this book, guys. I'm already quite... One, who in the world decides to let AI tell you... What is that, TikTok? Oh, don't you start disappearing on me after you show me. What was that? I don't know what that was. I'm so... Woo. Alright, well... YouTube was no help for me at all on that. Let's just... Can I delete a stream on while in the middle of a stream? I have no idea. Probably not. We're just gonna end the stream. Yes, end that stream. Yes. Sure. Go to that channel. I think next time, instead of asking the machine, I'll just look up the word myself. Because then I'll actually, well, no, because then I won't have how to pronounce the word. Oh, hush. Shush. I'll worry about that later. No, shut up. It's still playing. Why is it still playing? Stop it. Sorry, having technical difficulties right now because I don't... Oh, hello! The one, I don't know what your name is on there that's saying hi. But hello, hi. Now you be quiet. Oh, I hate YouTube. Now it won't turn on. Molly, what's wrong? Holly, I'm so sorry, honey. I moved. I know. I'm so sorry. So sorry. For the ones that just arrived, we just finished chapter 1 of an AI written book called Murder Most Awkward, and it is so totally awkward. It matches me to a T. Yay! What do you mean that was incorrect? Oh, don't you dare fight with me. I'm already having issues on one thing. I don't need issues on another thing. Now, no, that's not what I want. No, don't start playing it. Stop it. Ooh, There we go. Okay. Yeah, no, I'd done a recording where I did live on here and live on there on YouTube. For the ones that don't know, that hasn't been here from the beginning. And I don't know if YouTube actually recorded it or not, and I think it only got part of it. So I'm just going to delete the part that it got. Can you show me how to delete? No, stop it. DJ, no, wait. I will worry about that later. So, what did you guys think? What's the jacket? Oh, the jacket. Okay, so for anyone that knows, I know the one that's asking me these questions. So today's jacket is my Has-Been Hotel Lucifer versus Alistair jacket, and I do have a hat that matches it. Which can I pan? Yeah, I have to be careful. Hopefully the picture frame does not show a very inappropriate picture of Radio Apple. Please, oh God, don't. But, yeah. There's the hat. There's the hat. Yay! But, so, this is my first live to all. Yes, love that one. Thank you, I do too. I had an issue with a hot topic when trying to get this one. So, this is my first live for all the ones that are new to this and everything. I don't know how all this works. And so I wanted to try something where I read to you guys and everything, thinking, well, I'll have something to do because I'm not very good with social interactions. I'm better behind the cameras than actually in front of the cameras. Like, I don't do lives a lot. Especially like on YouTube, I've done like a couple, but I'm usually doing something like crocheting or something and just hanging out because like I'm clearly socially awkward. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna read. I think I picked the wrong book to read though because yeah, for all the ones that have been here from the beginning, you know what you can explain to the others and what I mean. It's almost pretty close to, like, a lot of the books I read that are so inappropriate. Which I do probably plan to read those too. I have no idea. We're testing out how far TikTok will allow me to go on certain things. But putting a beanbag chair on my bed is probably one of the best or stupidest ideas I have ever had because I cannot move around. But what do you guys think so far of chapter 1 of the AI generated book? I honestly, well, you guys know what I think of it. I have mixed signals with it. I'm paying, huh? I don't know if you're a bot or not. Okay, I'm gonna assume not, because you just followed me, so hello. So, okay. Apparently someone's paying $5,000 to the first 10 people to message. That's kind of... Again, I'm not very familiar with TikTok Live, so I don't know if that is a real thing or that's a bot thing. But I'm going to have the benefit of the doubt and hope to God that you're a real thing. Ooh, I know how... No, because you weren't here from the beginning. Because benefit of the doubt and hope to God that you're a real thing. Ooh, I know how... No, because you weren't here from the beginning. Because it said just joined. Which... Yellow. Which... Yellow. Okay, now it says somebody else is... Same person just joined. What is going on? I wonder if I can, like, touch the screen and, like, mess with things and all that whatnot. Ooh, but it does... Oh, I can... I didn't know I could do this. Hold on. There's a fax background. I can have a background. Oh, cool. Check requirements. Of course. Never mind. No background. Clearly, TikTok does not. Clearly, I should have checked the demo. Let's see. Should I continue reading? What should I do? Because I think we just met the killer to our character. But also, I do have plenty of drinks, so my throat won't dry out. But I do have a cat that's currently mad at me because I took her spot. I'm so sorry again. Come on. Yes, there we go. Yes. I love you too, my little precious kitty, and if this person here decides to go and be like mean to you, I will throw this person across the whole floor. I will be this character's... Oh, you are so cute. Why do you have to be so cute? You guys may not be able to hear her, but I hear her. She's purring really loudly. Just say hi. Oh, you're so adorable. Yes, you are. You are so cute. What now? Oh, I don't know what that notification was, but okay. Save a what? Okay. Anyone that knows anything about TikTok Live, please help me in understanding some of this stuff that keeps popping up, because I have no idea. Like, there's this thing with that's like up above next to the power button thingy that's right here. Reese has lit up all gifts in their gift. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Okay, back to what I was questioning. There's this one thing that's way up here. That's kind of like a red and brownish circle thing with a 1. Okay, what? I don't understand half this stuff that's on here. But there's this thing that's right up here with a 1 beside it. I don't know what that means. Before it did say 2, but then it said 1. So I don't understand what that means. Then there is this heart thing, which I don't understand what the heart thing is. And then I'm going to assume that there's a thing that had 2 people there. That's for, like, if there's more than 1 person. I should have really done the demo here. I should have, but I wasn't thinking. Let's try to do the effects again. Is there cool effects? I have no idea. Do. I should totally read like this, right, guys? Yeah, I think so. This would be funny. Sorry, I'm goofing around now. 'Cause why not? Oh my god. This is oh my god. Oh, I love this one. It's almost like my real ones. This is amazing. Okay. I'm learning. Okay, what's this one do? Okay, clearly I'm showing my face, but this thing does not want to do anything. Ooh, what's you? This is me when I first wake up. Oh my god. No, I'm kidding. I like this one. I like this one a lot. This one's actually really cute. Alright, so. But can it do all the facial... Can it match the weirdness of my face? Let's see. Aww. One. It doesn't. It's kind of sad. But I do like it. It's really cute. I love it so much. Alright, so. Come on, can it do the wink? It can do the wink. Okay, now blink. Yes. It just doesn't do the weird facial expressions that I do. That is so upsetting. So I should probably take it off so you guys can see the full-on cringe. That is me. Unless maybe I should just stick with this because I think I've traumatized you guys enough on that. Because I know for a fact while reading I made a lot of faces. Because I'm a facial person, like I do a lot of facial expressions. I really don't want to. Ooh. I don't know. Can I scroll? Is that enough? Oh, I can scroll. I can scroll, and there are so many of you guys. Hi. Hello. You can manage AI. Again, we're already with too much AI in this. There's a lot. Okay, so a lot of people have joined numerous times. Hello there. Hi. Hello. I did. Oh, hello. There's. Okay, so I'm at the beginning now of the chat. Hello. I've never seen a live. I've never gone live at all. This is my first time going live, so don't feel too bad. I have no idea what I'm doing at all. I just went, you know what? Let's wing it. This will be a hoot and a holler. And I think, or I'm hoping, or I'm just delusional. I think it's going well. I have no idea. Okay, this thing keeps saying popular live. There's no way that this is a popular live. Unless it's talking about something else. I have no idea. Alright, I should probably go back to my regular face. No, wait, that's not what I meant. Effects. How do you turn off? Oh, there it is. Hello. Yes. There is such a difference in my face. Oh my god. That was a shocking experience right there. Just turn off that and voila, you get the little me. What else can I do on here? Sorry, we will go back to reading. I'm like curious. I can have music in the background? Aw. No, I think last time I played with music trying to do something with my own audio, it was kind of tricky. There's boards, backgrounds. I'm gonna have to mess with the backgrounds because, oh my god, if I can do background sound effects, I can do sound effects. That is cool. Enhance. No. There's stickers. Oh my god, there's stickers. Ah, yes. Haha, there we go. I can zoom. Oh my god, I can zoom. That's not what I wanted to zoom. This is awesome. I didn't realize how much fun I can have out during a live. This is amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna take another Molly here. So I'm gonna take another drink, and then we're gonna get into chapter 2. And it'll probably be the last chapter for this live, because I don't think you guys would want me to read all night long, and unfortunately, since TikTok, I'm drawing my OC. Hopefully it turns out good. Solar, I'm pretty sure it will turn out good. I've seen your artwork. It's great. And trust me, you probably draw a lot better than me. And I can't wait to see it. Alright. Let's see how many pages this is. Pages 11 through 24. You know what's funnier than 24? 25.
What now?
Oh my goodness. Alright. Chapter 2. Murder, just another hobby. In the grand tapestry of life, there's a spectrum of hobbies. Some people enjoy gardening, others take up knitting, and a brave few might dabble in powerlifting. I would not do powerlifting. I can barely lift up my own body, but I could push around things that are heavier than my own body, but I cannot lift my own body. So powerlifting is a big old no in my book. I cannot do that unless I want to end up like that one girl from Nightmare on Elm Street. The one before Dream Warriors, or is it Dream Warriors? I don't remember. I think it's number 3, where she's like, she has a fear of bugs, and so Freddy Krueger kind of turns her into like a cockroach, stuck in one of those motels they can go in but never go out kind of thing. Yeah, no, absolutely not. I've seen scary movies like with powerlifting. No, thank you. Me? I'm what you call a connoisseur of murder. Yes, that's right. While the world scurries around me, I find solace in the embrace of my favorite hobby, taking lives. In a way, it's therapeutic. Please tell me we're not rehashing everything that just happened. Please tell me this is not going to be like the Magic Tree House or Cam Jansen, where they retell basically everything in chapter 1. Yes, this is Cam Jansen. Cam Jansen has a photographic memory. Cam Jansen does everything where all she has to do is just close her eyes and go click. Yeah, no thank you. Please, please, please don't reiterate everything that just happened in chapter 1. This is supposed to be a big person book. Nope, it's gonna make me do it. Okay. Taking lives. In a way, it's therapeutic. There's something distinctly soothing about the precision, the planning, and of course, the climax. The moment when they realize their fate, and it's time for me to shine. Shine brighter! Yes, people, there will be references to Husband Hotel. Am I sorry? Absolutely not. Take for instance my morning routine. While most folks begin their day with a cup of coffee, that's how I start my day, and an episode of bland sitcom, that's not how I start my day. I wake up with the sun spilling through the trees, shaking off the remnants of glorious night filled with visions of my artistic talents. You know how I start off the day? I wake up, I go, I gotta go to work. Get up out of bed, get ready, take a nap, wake up, then head to work. And then drink my coffee. And then hate my life for the next 8.5 hours. Yay! I stretch a cat-like arch, inhaling deeply. That is like the best way to wake up, is when you wake up and like you just do that like big stretch and you hear your whole entire back go. And like you do that deep yawn too. So good. Inhaling deeply, the scent of damp leaves and earth fills my lungs, invigorating me for the day ahead. Murder? Oh yes, sweet nectar of life, I murmur to myself as I shuffle towards my makeshift workspace. A little clearing in my favorite part of the woods, where sunlight dappled the ground like a flickering consciousness. Who needs a therapist when you have a body bag and your favorite toolkits? Clearly you. Toolkits, I say as I caress the array of implements hanging on the branches, my eyes glimmering with unrestrained glee. Dull knives, haphazard ropes, and surprisingly cuddly-looking poison dart gun. And, whew, is that a rusty chainsaw? What a lucky find. It's like a treasure trove of opportunities. I'm gonna die. My tasks are laid out like a bizarre itinerary. At 8 a.m., I'll bake a loaf of sourdough because even serial killers need carbs. One of the questions was, what was your favorite snack? And I put down bread. Bread and cheese. Carbs. Lots and lots of carbs. Biscuits. I don't want biscuits. But I don't have biscuits. I need to buy biscuits. I have Pop-Tart. I could always eat a Pop-Tart. But I don't want a Pop-Tart. I want bread now. The delightful scent wafts through the air as I execute my culinary skills, paralleling. Oh my god! I pronounced it correctly the first time. I know I did, so I'm skipping it. The day, like the excitement of baking with my grander plans for destruction later in the day. I chuckle at the thought of pairing fresh bread with. Ew! No! Never! Absolutely not. Was that a mayo? Yuck. No thank you. Absolutely no. A perfect companion to my lunchtime snack of despair. No, that's a travesty. Adding mayo. No. Absolutely freaking not. Disgusting. No. That is a big old no. No. Oh, but what to do next? I ponder aloud while kneading the dough, imagining a scenario involving the unsuspecting jogger who trotted past last week. Did I mention how they were entirely polite, smiling and waving? Veritable prey for a connoisseur like me? No, you are a travesty who adds mayo to their bread. But of course, I'll need to dress up the situation. Perhaps I should make it a themed event? A little running of the morality challenged? Suddenly, a voice interrupts my musings. The chirpy yet haunting tones of my ghostly friend. Silas. Running of the morality challenge sounds like every 5K I've ever participated in. I was technically dead at those events, you know. Of course you were, I chuckle, not really listening. Punctual as always. You'll make a fine sidekick today. Silas floated in mid-air, a somewhat transparent version of a middle-aged runner, wearing that annoying neon outfit joggers cling to. You should decorate those body bags, Sparrow. Bright colors can really enhance the whole post-mortem aesthetic for the future blood bathers. What? Huh? Okay. I laughed, deep and genuine. Oh, what an exquisite thought. Rainbow patterns for just another day in my grievous life. We'll make it festive. Okay, when Charlie Morningstar says, add rainbows to everything because there's a rainbow in every demon, I don't think she means add a rainbow to the body bags, but okay. We continued our banter of artistic murder plans and vibrant body bags, a delightful combination of absurdity and the Macbri. While I went about my baking, you would never catch me baking. Ever. I would burn it. The most I could do in baking-wise is their can of biscuit dough, plop each one down, turn the oven to 350, and let it sit and bake for 16 minutes. Then devour it all, and into my stomach it goes. And then I'm a happy person for the rest of the day. While I went about my baking, Silas entertained my brain with his anecdotes of his mortal existence, and situated with quips of how he wished he could have completed an actual marathon before moving on. Did the man die during a race? What? Huh? But who needs marathons when you're the marathon of life and death, eh? Exactly, I said, flipping the bread to bake evenly, listening to the sensoric. I don't think that's a real word. Hey Alexa, define sensoric.
From soft112.com. Keep track of what's going on with the hardware inside your device. Sensoric provides low-level access to the device's sensors. Access the data gathered by the sensors and any other useful information your device can spit out.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that's not found in humans. Okay, sensoric cues around me. The bubbling intensity of bubbling blood. Oh, wait, I meant boiling water for my poison mixture. Remind me to sketch that in my journal later. Remind me to sketch that in my journal later. As the aroma of freshly baked sourdough wafted through the woods, I couldn't help but feel a sense of peacefulness. That was the beauty of murder. Okay, when I answered the questions in a joking manner, I didn't mean for this whole book to be about murder, but okay. It was a blend of art, expression, and a twisted form of connection to the world. While others suffocated in social norms and mundane conversations, I reveled in the raw and unfiltered nature of my true self. But as the sweet scent filled the air, I began preparing for the moment where I usually take my first victim. Today, I said fearlessly, looking at Silas, I'm considering the jogger, Fred. They could test my gourmet poison. What kind of poison? Hemlock, belladonna, acorn? For the science of it, Silas responded, riling with interest. Just imagine the thrills, Fred, the experimental test subject. Oh, great. The vacuum's going. Lovely. You guys are going to hear a lot of banging on my door. That is my vacuum. We have called him Mbot. I've given him a different name, but it is a name that cannot be repeated. Because again, I am testing how far TikTok will allow me to say some things, and let's not go with that. Of course, a catchy name, right. Just need some emojis to spice things up. I chuckled, breathing in the heavy air, and then maybe after I satate, satate, right? No, satate my cravings, I can take a stroll by the brook. Nothing like a good run after a lovely lunch of sweet morality. Or you can invite the whole neighborhood to celebrate, Silas chimed. Your passion might just make you the #1 party planner for the avant-garde. And for a fleeting moment, I almost considered it. A party of souls mingling to celebrate virtual deaths and ghostly humor adorned with festive banter. The thought teased at a yearning for acceptance deep within me. What could be more socially awkward yet gloriously absurd than a murder party in the woods, decorated with humor and cheer? Not a murder party in the woods. But the thrilling anticipations of my daily ritual pulled me back into focus. Oh, Silas, this will be a masterpiece. The baking timer chimed. We do know that this character is baking in the middle of the woods, right? Like, I'm not the only one that is understanding that, right? I think. Because I don't think they're in a house. I don't think they're in a house. I think they're just in the middle of the woods. So there's a stove in the middle of the woods. Next to all the instruments that the character uses to, yeah. And I felt felt ready to do what I did best. Murder with style. Okay, so they were the ghosts now. They are a ghost. So how is Sparrow unaliving people as a ghost now? Yay! After a harmonious morning of baking and chatting with Silas, it was time. A time that filled me with both exhilaration and calm anticipation. With a gentle brush of my hands to remove imaginary flower remnants, I took a deep breath, ready to emerge from the mundanity of kitchen life into the exhilarating embrace of my true calling. The preparations that would unfold in my murder workspace. Ready, my ghostly cohort? I asked, patting my apron as if it were armor. Always, Silas chimed back with a flicker of ethereal delight. Lead the way, oh wielder of the knife. Navigating through the trees, I felt a particular sense of pride in my selection of a secluded area that had become both sanctuary and studio. It wasn't just any clearing, it was a space where creation met destruction, and everything around it seemed to thrive on the energy of my intentions. I reached the entrance of my workshop, marked by a rustic sign that read, Murder Inc., open for business. Okay. Is Sparrow a ghost for hire? Because that's what I'm getting. I chuckled at my own audacity as I pulled the makeshift door aside and stepped inside. Welcome to my humble abode, I announced dramatically, striking a pose as though unveiling a tremendous work of art. Welcome! Where was I? The inside was an enticing fray of organized chaos. An old wooden table laden with eccentric tools, various concoctions simmering in jars, and hints of strangely pleasant aromas wafting through the air. Every corner was adorned with darkly humorous reminders of my passion. The scent of nostalgia and fear, I proclaimed, waving my arms widely to emphasize the magnitude of my ambience. Nothing quite so exhilarating as knowing that my archery awaits. Silas drifted around, gazing at the meticulous collection. What do we have here? Is that a manual for how to turn a dull knife into a murder machine? I mean, if you've ever been cut by a dull knife, it hurts. Because it doesn't just slice, it tears. And it hurts. So, do with that with what you will. But I do know this character's still an idiot for trying to eat an acorn. Oh, that's just my little DIY guide, I replied nonchalantly, expecting a variety of blades, each with its own backstory, layered in mystery, and, of course, delicious intrigue. And let me tell you, it's a bestseller among my fellow enthusiasts. Okay. I picked up a knife with a unique curve, admiring the craftsmanship. This beauty, currently being sharpened, of course. They say a dull blade is a sad fate for any killer, I declared proudly. But when it's sharp, oh, the elegance of the plunge. Just imagine the sigh of satisfaction and euphoric exclamation of, while gliding through the flesh. Sounds absolutely thrilling, Silas wheeled around me like a spectator. And what's on the agenda today? We've already said what was on the agenda, right? Yes, I believe so. Thank you, AI. Have we decided on style, slashing, or maybe something more subtle, like a gentle stab? How do you gently poke? I have gently stabbed you. Poke. I can either do it one or two ways. Slice or gently stab. Poke. Molly, you're going to be my test dummy. Ready? Slice. Gently stab. Gently stab. Gently stab. No, that's poking. Poke. Poke, poke, poke. I'm now going to go to work and I'm going to gently stab you. Ready? Poke. Just poke. Mom, she's poking me. No, I'm gently stabbing. Just gently stabbing. That is a fucking poke. Poke. Why? Oh, where was I? Today calls for something artistic, I announced, positioning my hands theatrically. I'm thinking of a grand poisoning scheme, a little slow burn that allows dramatic tension to rise, transporting my target into realms of delirium before their final act, poetry in demise. That actually sounds so much intriguing. Poetry, yes, you must invite them to your art exhibit before the grand finale. No, don't. Don't make it where the whole thing is about an art exhibit. Please, I beg of thee, don't. Silas encouraged mischievously, causing him to burst into laughter. After all, everyone loves a dramatic reveal before falling into oblivion. Is the character only going to, like, one person in hopes to show them an art exhibit of their masterpieces? Because if so, I don't know how I feel about this. I continue my preparations, pulling out various jars filled with colorful concoctions, each labeled with its ominous purpose. Here's the good old nightshade, and over here a little something I'll call unfortunate miscalculations. My whole existence. And a blend of toxins. Molly, why are you moving? Love you too, sweetie. And over here a little something I call unfortunate miscalculations, a blend of toxins I developed during my experimenting days. Silas peered closer, tilting his head. Unfortunate miscalculation sounds like a lovely way to phrase accidental glory. Oh, it's quite effective, if I do say so myself. This one tends to shock the system, and for a victim with a sweet tooth, my special syrup of sorrow could be quite the temptation. Or you could just call it my morning cup of joe, because that is literally what my coffee is just pure sugary syrup. That could be it. Syrup of sorrow right there, except for my coffee actually helps with my sorrow, but I giggle thinking of my future victim savoring it on pancakes. What a whimsical way to go. I mean, pancakes, people. I can go for some pancakes. The idea heightened my excitement. I should tailor the experience, food, ambience, and of course a solid exit strategy. Just like a fine dining experience, only rathering on the subpar end of the spectrum. Molly, we are not starting to go looking at corners of my room like if you're seeing something, because I am not tolerating that right now. You did that to me 2 nights ago, and I was not happy about it. I was creeped out and could not sleep. Brilliant! You blend culinary delight with existential dread, Silas remarked, hovering closer to a cozy-styled armchair. Where did the armchair come from? I kept just for the ambience. If only every restaurant served that level of drama. Yes. We'd have customers clamoring for reservations. I gasped with exaggerated enthusiasm, dancing around the table as I gathered my tools. But what are you doing? Stop staring at nothing. You are creeping me out. I don't like it. Molly, come on up. Come join me. Yes. I know you want out of the room, but unfortunately, not everyone shares my enthusiasm for the books I read. That, and I don't want Mbot in the room. So, unfortunately, you're stuck in here with me. I'm so sorry. So terribly sorry. But then again, I know that the moment I let you out and shut that door again, you're just going to be like, meow, 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 wanting back in. So, no. If you're mad at me because of the gentle stabbing, I'm so sorry. Not really, but so sorry. Yep, gentle stabbing. Yes, you were so cute. Again, I am being distracted by a lovable little furball. Oh, yes, you are so adorable. Can I go back to reading now? No? No. Too bad. Alright. Ah, here we go. Yes, we'd have customers clamoring for reservations. I gasped with exaggerated enthusiasm, dancing around the table as I gathered my tools. But we must maintain decorum. It's crucial to keep things elegant. I carefully laid out the tools for my planned execution, arranging them like pieces on a grand chessboard. There was something deeply satisfying, I'm going to sneeze, about the ritualistic nature of the process. As I arranged the utensils, I felt the familiar sense of calm enveloping me. This was my art is, oh my god. This is my art. It doesn't say art, but we're going to say it says art. Because my brain right now cannot pronounce this word. It's art is tried. Art. And my dance with fate. And let's not forget the piece de resistance. I can say that, but I cannot say most words. What? Stop, you condescending watch. Not now. Not now. Thank you. I said excitedly, revealing a small colorful box of my collections. I am not. Absolutely. What? Oh my god. No. I don't know if I want to read this. Guys, give me a moment. I have to really debate on how badly do I want to continue. Alright, please tell me a lot of you are over the age of 18. Please, oh please tell me this. Please. For the love of whatever. All y'all are 18, right? Or at least have parental, like, okays to hear certain things. Okay, phone, I was not asking you, I was asking the audience. Oh my god. Okay, well, I'm waiting for you guys to tell me if you... God. Okay, when it asked me, what kind of books do you like to read? I didn't expect it to, Okay, if any of you guys have ever seen any of my videos, you know that I take my reading seriously. I read Playground. I think I'm good. Well, to tell you that, I finally downloaded Playground, the prequel one. I will be starting to read that one. But, are all the rest of you, in an okay range, age range? Because, see, if you were my kid, I wouldn't care. But, unfortunately, you guys aren't my kids. Oh my god. And knowing me, I'm gonna read it with so enthusiasm that it's gonna... Okay, just gotta just rip it off like a band-aid. And let's not forget the piece de resistance. I said excitedly, revealing a small, colorful box from my collection. The glittering butt plug. Not just any butt plug, but an extravagant centerpiece like no other. A mark of true class. Is that part of the murder plan? Silas inquired skeptically, eyebrows raised in shamed surprise. Surely it cannot be. You would need to have a very specific clientele. No, I know which question this was from when it asked me. Exactly, there's a touch of cheeky humor in subverting expectations. Why go traditional when you can provide a shock that's both pleasurable and fatal? Ah, that's where the artistry shines through. I just read a sentence about butt plugs in front of I don't know how many people. I giggled, holding it up like a trophy. Definitely a conversation starter. Oh, absolutely. Silas chuckled. You're a true innovator, Sparrow. What? Phone? What? I don't know what you want from me. I probably have so many notifications I don't even know what they're all for. Oh, you're definitely a conversation starter, Silas chuckled. You're a true innovator, Sparrow. As I cleaned my tools, I felt a sense of normality settle over me, wrapping around my heart like a warm blanket. That's what I need right now. I need a blanket. Molly, what are you doing? You're being silly. She has found her toys. She is currently playing with her toys. As long as you don't start eating my toes, we're okay. It was an odd sort of peace amidst the chaos of life. I relished the comfort of my addiction to murder. The habit that rendered me... Do not go after my toes, I swear, please. I relished the comfort of my addiction to murder, the habit that rendered me so unapologetically alive while conversing with the dead. The bells of my creativity had begun to ring softly. All right, Silas, I said, brushing my hands together. Now that everything is set, it's time to take my craft to the outside world. The stage awaits, and my audience of one is going to be none the wiser. Oh, yeah, no, he's the jogger is going to definitely be a none the wiser with the very glittery butt plug. Yep, absolutely. I have a feeling I know how. Oh, there's a poison. Oh, no. I know how. Oh, God. I should not have answered that question. I should not have answered that question truthfully. What catchphrase do you use in a stressful situation? Silas manifested a cheerful grin. I can't wait to see how this unfolds. Oh, I have a feeling I know how it's going to unfold, and it's going to involve probably laxative and Gorilla Glue. Okay, I know when I threaten that at work, I don't mean it to be an actual thing that's written. AI is scary. AI, oh God. Who knows, maybe you'll elevate them to a new level of understanding. Oh yeah. Specifically that when life gives you lemons, sometimes you just have to squeeze hard, if you know what I mean. Sure. And with that theatrically ludicrous sentiment, we set off from my workplace, ready to engage in one more delightful endeavor of chaos and dark archery as I prepared to unleash the day's excitement. As I stepped away from my murder workspace, buzzing with anticipation for the delightful chaos ahead, I recalled my plan. Find Fred the jogger. entice him with charming conversation, and ultimately seal the deal with a splash of creative poison. But as I made my way through the winding trails of the woods, my heart fluttered with a mix of excitement and the ever-present shadow of social clumsiness awaiting me. "Silas," I whispered, looking around for any potential witnesses, "do you think Fred will be easy to approach? I want to be enchanting yet unassuming, mysteriously fascinating but not menacing." "Just be yourself, Sparrow," Silas said supportively, his spectral form hovering just beside me. "Everyone loves a bit of weirdness. Crazy creepy is the new chick after all." "Huh? Sure. Crazy creep. I mean, it's not wrong with the books I read." Anyone that's ever read a dark romance knows that that is not wrong, because apparently everyone now has an obsession for tall, dark, and creepy, including crazy and creepy, scary and creepy, stalker and creepy. Got the vampires, got the werewolves, got the shifters, got the mafia boss. You got the very highly intelligent, don't know what they're doing with social awkwardness. The intelligent, buff people with a lot of money. Yeah, no, that is totally the new cheek after all. I chuckle nervously, my fingers twitching by the poison in my pockets. Right, just have to present it like an enticing gift, a slice of life from a death menu. Exactly, the menu. Just remember the 3 C's. Curiosity, charm, and a touch of chaos. I can live with the 3 C's. Okay. Curiosity, charm, and a touch of chaos. I can live by that. I ought to be screwed by that. Molly, what are you doing? Stop staring at nothing. Melina! You are creeping me out, honey. That is not okay. Do not creep out Mommy. Mommy does not like being creeped out when you stare at nothing. Oh, hello! I'm currently reading an AI-generated book where I had to answer questions, and it wrote a book. To all who was new here, hello. Let's see. Silas chimed, an echo of encouragement. Channel your inner serial killer, who also happens to be a charming barista. Okay, again, when I answered the questions, I put down I like books, coffee, and other things. I gotta remember that. So, of course, it's gonna mention barista. As I trudged through a thicket of ferns that framed the trail, I spotted a glimpse of familiar neon jogger shorts bouncing through the greenery. It was Fred! Oh, the sweet thrill of running towards my plans. Alright, Sparrow, just be smooth. Which is that we all know that has been here since the beginning of this life. Sparrow is not smooth. Yay. And the more I read, the more I'm regretting every bit of this. I coached myself under my breath. Ease in, make eye contact, and for the love of everything unholy, don't mention the death part. Okay, guys, do not mention the death part. Death part is very taboo. She's gonna mention the death part. Right. I murmured back to Silas, my heart beginning to race, though not from sheer excitement. I was simply hoping I wouldn't trip over my own feet. Malina, stop staring at everything, I swear to God. Stop it. Come back, take your spot on the beanbag chair, come on. Because you're creeping me out, come on. No, stop it. Damn Mbot. Alright. Clearly she doesn't want it back on the beanbag chair. Fred ran closer, glancing up. Hey there, he called out, his breathless voice reaching my ears. Hi, I sputtered, waving a hand so adamantly that I nearly lost balance. What a beautiful day for a run, wouldn't you say? Oh yeah, perfect conditions out here. Just me, the air, and nature. Oh, wait, that was him reading. Oops, sorry. Oh yeah, perfect conditions out here. Just me, the air, and nature. He replied, his smile radiating a warmth that stunned me momentarily, a stark contrast to my eerie fixation. Nature, I echoed, desperately scanning my mental catalog for appropriate discussion topics. Yes, very nourishing. It's like, you know. Fred laughed, but it wasn't a whoopee cushion kind of laugh. It was a genuine, honest laughter. Right, there's nothing like it. Are you out here hiking today? Hiking, I stammered, gripping the poison vial tightly in my pockets, though I prefer, like deep woods fun. Hold on, who's saying this? Though I prefer, like deep woods fun, very engaging. He raised an eyebrow and an exquisite smile curling at the corner of his lips.
What now?
What? Phone? The amount of notifications, I swear to God. And if you guys can hear my notifications, yes, it is, in fact, Alistair going, oh, what now? Very engaging. He raised an eyebrow, an inquisitive smile curling at the corner of his lips. Deep woods fun, huh? Like a murder mystery adventure or something? Something inside me went still. My mind blinked rapidly, my instincts locking in an internal tug-of-war between my more sinister cravings and this unexpected dialogue. Murder mystery? I repeated, an involuntary laugh escaping. Oh, sure. You could say I partake in a recreational, murder mystery exploration. Fred looked amused, leaning against a tree, clearly wanting to engage, but bemused by my overt awkwardness. You are definitely a character. I'm intrigued. What's your favorite approach to mystery in the wild? Oh, you know, I blurted out, the killer inside me yearning to escape. It's all about making sure the character's well. I fumbled for words, shrivel with anticipation before everything goes awry. Fred's laugh unexpectedly burst forth. I could have sworn it echoed through the trees, unnerving birds from their branches. What an interesting take. I generally just chase runners who get lost. Makes for a fun group. Gotta keep everyone on their toes. Wait, is he also a killer? Now, the probability of two serial killers meeting in the same location is very, very slim. Not non-existent, but very slim. Yes, keeping on toes. Toes is of utmost importance. Without toes, how do you ever run away from danger? I responded, feeling like a juggler without any balls to toss. Exactly, he said, nodding earnestly. So do you actually hike, or are you scoping out the woods with some ulterior motive? Riddled with self-doubt, I glanced at Silas, casting my own nervous energy onto my spectral companion. Alternative motive? Why, no motives, just friendly hiking, totally zany, right? I struggled to convey casualness, desperate laughter slipping into the edges of my words. Fred tilted his head, scrutinizing me with genuine curiosity rather than apprehension. You're quite the particular individual, huh? I mean, I'm all for quirky people. You're not like anyone I've met in these woods before. Yep. I winced, attempting to salvage my footing in conversation. Quirky is the new black. So, what about your running? Any tips, for better speed? Oh, hello, new person. Just over here reading an AI-generated book that is, we're only in chapter 2. I do a lot of commentary. I'm so sorry. Not really, but am. I struggled to convey casualness, desperate laughter slipping into the edges of my words. Fred tilted his head, scrutinizing me with genuine curiosity rather than apprehension. You're quite a peculiar individual, huh? I mean, I'm all for quirky people. You're not like anyone I've met in these woods before. I've read that sentence. Yep, I went attempting to salvage my footing in conversation. Quirky is the new black. Yes, I've read that. So, what about your running? Any tips you know for better... Okay, we've already read that. He grinned again, the twinkle dancing in his eyes. Definitely focus on your breath and just enjoy it. It's all about pacing. And when you're running at night, don't forget the headlamp. Headlamp! I think we should have slim fashion forward options for those. Haven't we progressed since this darkness doth haunt us? Doth? What the fuck is doth? I don't think that's meant to be doth. Oh, I don't know. Fred snorted with laughter, but it quickly faded into a moment of quiet contemplation. You know, it's refreshing talking with someone so uncut and raw. Most folks, I don't know, act like everything's all polished. I am so sorry, Molly. Give me a second. Let me scooch over. Woman, get right here. I know. Yep. Honey, I am attempting to try to read. Why do you have to be so cute? But I am going to take this moment to take a drink. Yes. Get comfy.
What now?
Shush. So, I finished my OC drawing. Nice! I can't wait to see it. I think I'm almost done with chapter 2. Maybe. I have no idea. Oh god. We're on page 18 now. When chapter 2 ends at page 24. So, Yay! Where were we? You're definitely a character I'm trying living significantly. What an interesting take. Okay. So, sorry, we're on page 19. A little bit better, but focus on your... It's clear that you're comfortable being yourself. Internally, I swirled with mixed feelings. Tumult? AI, I hate you. Alexa, pronounce and define TUMULT.
Okay, here's pronunciations. I would pronounce it as undefined tumult.
Hey Alexa, define tumult.
Tumult is usually defined as violent and noisy commotion or disturbance of a crowd or mob, uproar. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for tumult.
Okay. A gratefulness and yet the instinct to reel back into my shadowy persona. Oh yes, completely natural. Like a wildflower in a bed of roses, right? Exactly, just... Hang on. Fred suddenly leaned in closer, peering at me with sudden intensity. Are you actually contagious or something?
What now?
What? Huh? Contagious? What? Contagious of what? What are the... Huh? Contagious? I choked up suddenly. Oh. Not now. I'm almost done. Contagious? I choked out, suddenly alarmed. No, not unless you count the weirdness. I think it's an infection, and there's definitely not a vaccine for it. What? Not what I meant, but I'll take your word for it, he laughed, shaking his head. Anyway, I gotta get running. I think I'm due for a half marathon soon, or maybe just another jog to make up for that last donut. Donut, I guessed, drooling at the thought, but snickering at my rapid backpedaling. Yes, of course, never underappreciate the donut, best served with a sprinkle of existential dread. With that, he turned, pushing off the tree trunk and bounding down the path. With each step he took, I felt the pull of my murderous intentions risk falling, fleeting to the dust like morning dew in sunlight. My heart clenched, unsure whether to flee or stay enveloped in the warm, enchanting moment. "All right, look, Silas," I said to my ghostly confidant, standing trying to catch my breath after my blumber outing. "How does one juggle spontaneity and murderous desire? My plan is unraveling like a cheap sweater." "Maybe just find a balance," Silas suggested, while with a knowing smile. "We can always return to the death-dealing later." "Maybe. You can throw in a little charm in the process." "Ah, exactly," I whispered, slowly taking a step further down the path. "Now let's evaluate my potential critiques of friendly encounters and murder as we embrace this chaos." What? Filled with determination, I resumed my trek, teetering along the ever-so-fragile balance of the bizarre path I tread. The sweet allure of connection and the nagging tug of my darkened instincts guiding me forward. As I meandered farther into the depths of the woods, thoughts swirled in my mind like autumn leaves caught in a whirlwind. Fred's cheerful demeanor lingered in my psyche like a ghost making its presence known, nudging me into unexpected realms of introspection. Was it odd that a mere jogger, someone so ordinary, could invoke such feelings of uncertainty within me? Oh God, is this turning into a love story? I think this is turning into a love story. Huh? What? Okay, why did my killer instincts clash against the simple joys of human connection? "Silas," I murmured, shuffling over a small log in the path, "do you think I'm a bad person for wanting to kill Fred? I mean, the munchkin was so cheerful, and I've been staring at his jugular all day." "What? Huh? Excuse me? What? You were not staring at him all day. And aren't you dead? I think you're dead. Aren't you dead? I'm pretty sure you're dead. Didn't you die in chapter 1? I don't know anymore." But then again, this was written by AI, so who the hell knows? Silas floated beside me, twinkling with spectral mischief. "Well, I'd say there's a nuanced distinction between your hobby and morality, but we're in an adventurous genre of life, dear Sparrow. Ask yourself, who defines bad, truly?" Can I really frame the narrative here, or am I just a character in a grotesque play? You're definitely a character in a grotesque writing. We'll definitely say that. I asked, sweeping my gaze across the trees, the ancient trunks standing witness to countless fates. If only they could communicate their truths. Trees seem wise. They've rooted themselves in existence. That says existence. Not extinction. That says existence. Through centuries. What am I, just a weed in this wild garden battling for sunlight, when I am more thistle than tulip? What? Nothing wrong with being a little prickly, depending on who you ask. Because clearly, if you're prickly, everyone hates when you're prickly. But if you are like, "Oh yes, I'm so happy-go-lucky, yay," everyone's like, "Oh my God, my friend." But if you're having a bad day, they just go, "What's wrong with you?" Where was I? Silas quipped lightly. "It's about perspective. Not everyone recognizes the beauty in a flower that's also a bit thorny. Besides, who said weeds wouldn't prosper? You can't kill a weed at all. They keep coming back. That's why they're called weeds. Weeds don't go away unless you find a magic way to get rid of them." I hesitated as I reached into my pocket, fingering the poison vials nestled within. I thought there was only one vial. They felt warm against my skin, a reminder of my identity as a killer, perhaps an artist in my realm of existence. The chaotic dance between life and death pulsed in my veins. Still, didn't the beauty of existence deserve to be cherished rather than snuffed out like a flickering flame? "It's complex," I continued, glancing at Silas. "Sometimes I feel like an anomaly in a world jittering with lavender-scented lives. Do I relish my existence too much with sanguine delight, thriving on bloodshed, or am I merely a reflection of society's indifference towards the shadows? His ghostly form flickered for a moment as though mimicking a heartbeat. Life is an expression, my dear. Not all expressions are easy to digest. Remember, even sunshine can scorch if too bright. Life's intricacies make for an amusingly woven tapestry. While it's artful to commit murders, you're not without vulnerability. You crave validation. I don't know if one should live by that quote or not, but it's a nice quote. Very meaningful. Validation, I sighed, weighing my thoughts, the gnawing ache of acceptance. Why can't I be both the gracious host and the executioner? If society saw the real me, the art beneath the annihilation, the bittersweetness of it all, surely it would allow me a seat at the table, right? A thought, nagging and insistent, punctured through my mental haze. Am I just the villain here? Who's to say every villain isn't a hero of their own story? You hold the brush, Sparrow. Paint your canvas however you see fit. Just be mindful of the hues. Make them vibrant yet respectful. Silas clutched at the air in an exaggerated, enthusiastic flourish. Stop it, Mbot. No matter how much you knock on my door, you're not coming in here. That's right, run away. Who's to say every villain isn't a hero of their own story? You hold the brush, Sparrow. Paint your canvas however you see fit. Just be mindful of the hues. Make them vibrant yet respectful. Oh, we've already read that part. Respectful, I mumbled softly. That's a tricky concept for someone like me. My thoughts churned as I pressed onward, feeling a familiar longing, an unstoppable hunger for acceptance and understanding, edging closer to the surface of my heart. Right now, honesty competes with darkness, I continued, and I feel this unease gnawing at me. The allure of the kill is intoxicating, yet I understand the fragility of everything. Murder is not an exercise in emptiness. It's a canvas, but it's slurps. I'm not kidding. It does say slurps. But it slurps heavily on the heart. What the hell is slurbs? Hey Alexa, define SLURBS.
Slurbs is a form of the noun slurb, which is usually defined as a shabby, ill-planned suburban area.
Then why not just say shabby? Has any of you guys ever heard of the word slurbs? Because I've never heard of the word slurbs. Not until now. And that also doesn't make sense, but it slurps heavily on my heart. But it's shabby heavily on my heart. What the hell? Doesn't it? Silas shrugged, dimming slightly. It is a burden you carry, but what if your next artistic endeavor could shift this perspective? Perhaps you could weave a dreamscape within your killings, where beauty intersects with the grotesque and perhaps cycle remorse into enchantment. Maybe, I considered, artistic cycles could veer away from empty slaughter, perhaps to blend elements of beauty and the grotesque. Are we gonna start like painting dead bodies like a statue or something? Like killing with class that invites admiration from both the ghostly and living spheres. I could express human connection through death, elevate the spirit, quite literally, perhaps even weave in my longings. That's the spirit, Silas encouraged, lighting up once more, his voice vibrant. Why not develop a concept that celebrates complexity, the art of farewell, each death more than just a discharge of life, but a tribute to acceptance, a merging of existential threads. My heart began to race, and I could envision it, a swirling, delightful tapestry where each victim became both a masterpiece and a mourning piece. This is starting to sound like Butcher and Blackbird, and what Blackbird does to her victims. This better not mention cookies and cream ice cream, I swear to God. Each encounter blossoming into a new journey, a tragic comedy where I savored their last moments, while imbuing their life into their heart. Yes, I exclaimed softly, my hands shaking as I reached for my pocket. I could engender my mark on them. Fred could be my muse, a spark of brilliance, a deeper meaning behind each flicker of fate, destined to be, by my hand. As excitement surged anew, I realized a growing tension wrestled within me, a duality of longing, a thirst of death, interweaving like strands of chaotic fabric. My next move would bridge the chasm between mundane life and my darker self. Just imagine, I smiled, eager, a celebration of life's fragility. I could illuminate death as a vibrant release, each moment dancing like an artist at an extravagant ball. Pandering on the brink of chaos. Now you're talking, Silas exclaimed. What a way to revive a killer's reputation. Who wouldn't love a lavish celebration of life intertwined with the death of their farewell? Yet amidst the thrill of excitement in the creative upcoming endeavor, one question flooded my mind. What if I could not bring this idea to fruition? What if every hopeful brushstroke, every whisper of charm fell flat like a wilted petal? Yet what if this ambitious vision shatters? I remembered feeling twisted treadwheels of doubt tightening around my heart. What if acceptance remains ever elusive? Then it's just another layer of your journey. Every story holds struggle. Every artist faces doubt. Silas comforted, their tone ever so gentle, almost palatable. Haha, I got it that time. 3 times AI used that word, and I finally got it on the 3rd try. The 3rd time it was shown. Yes! Watch me screw it up next time. You must embrace every facet of yourself, dear Sparrow, even when it doesn't shine. And with that reassurance, I summoned courage from somewhere deep within, a spark of resilience igniting my resolve. Then there will be no more hiding, I stated defiantly. You weren't hiding to begin with. You were literally out in the woods last chapter going, I am a killer! I stated defiantly, an exhilarating shiver coursing through me. I will embrace my identity as a killer. You were in the last chapter with the trees. You were just going out in the woods going, I'm a killer, I'm a killer, I'm a killer, I'm a very artsy killer, I'm a killer. Oh, woe is me, I'm a killer. So you were already embracing it. But also as an artist, a dreamer, merging life and death in an acceptance of my Alexa, pronounce INTRICACIES.
I pronounce the intricacies, but I'm always working on how
Alexa,
I say...
stop. Intricacies. Acceptance of my intricacies. As I pressed onward into my beloved woods, clarity entwined with my purpose. I would shape this path into an expression of artistry. A realm of murky twists and vibrant hues, inviting both the living and the deceased to join in the unfolding tapestry of humanity. A tragedy danced on the edge of existence. The stage was set, and my brush, wielding both poison and paint, was ready to mark the canvas. It was now time to turn my muse into a grand artistic undertaking. Every death would be my ode, a singular flourish of life lived on the precipices of chaos. And that is the end of chapter 2. I need a drink. Because, oh my god. Alright. Okay, this book is getting a little bit better. A little bit better. But I think I'm not going to read anymore. I'll do another live where I read maybe 1 chapter, maybe 2. Depends. Maybe do a chapter alive or do 2 chapters alive. I have no idea. We have like 20 chapters. And then I'll probably do another book. Yeah, we have 20 chapters. If I do 2 chapters alive, there'll be 10 lives. Weird way to state that statement. 10 lives. Then maybe do a live where you guys... What? Phone? I I know I have a lot of the notifications, and I have 2 phone calls I need to make up because I went nope. Because you guys are more important than the phone calls were. Hopefully I did okay for my first live. Again, this is kind of new for me. I don't know how lives work on TikTok, and I'm pretty sure I just hit every red mark in a TikTok live of this is not what you were supposed to do. This was not what you were supposed to say, and all that. Oh, thank you, Solar. I greatly appreciate it, but I'm pretty sure I did something wrong. Especially mentioning butt plugs. I'm pretty sure TikTok does not like it when someone mentions that. But then again, I think I have mentioned far worse in my videos. And TikTok has yet to, like, go, But I'm glad that you think I did good. I hope for the rest of you guys I did okay as well. Again, because this is my first live, and I know I'm a bit much in personality. I know I can be a little bit too much in energy and everything. So for all of you who stayed and watched this, thank you. Because again, I know I'm a lot. And when I mean a lot, I mean definitely a lot. So it makes me grateful to know that you guys stayed as long as you did to listen to me read an AI generated book. Or at least 2 chapters of 20 of a AI generated book. And basically listen to me commentary and ramble and rant and get sidetracked while reading it, because I know my mind is everywhere all at once. So I think I'm going to end the live. Thank you for joining me for my first live ever on TikTok. I had a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun hanging out with all of y'all. And I will see all of you guys in my next live. You guys will probably see me more in videos than in live because wait a second, hold on. You guys will see me more in videos, but I can't wait to see you guys again in the next live, because I'm going to finish this book for all of you. I'm going to read all this book for all of you, and if you guys like the whole like me reading to you, then once this book is done, I'll pick the next book, and I promise you it will not be an AI written book. It will be an actual book. Because I had 2. I had this one and I had one other one. But I was like, that one's been sitting on my shelf for like months now. I'm gonna read that one. And especially since it was a lot of I was like, yeah, I hope it's good. Oh god, I feel gypped. You guys might not think I got gypped, because you guys are watching my frustrated behind try to read this book and trying to comprehend how wrong AI is on some things, because like acorns, you cannot eat acorns. Acorns are poisonous. You are not to eat acorns. In this book that was just stating, oh yeah, I can do poisons and everything, decides that the character's going to eat a freaking acorn. Eats an acorn. We're about to eat an acorn, and so the character's now stupid in my book. But I digress. I enjoyed doing my live with you. I enjoyed doing my first live with you guys, and I can't wait to do the next one. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Now, I don't know how to turn off live, so give me a moment while I figure out how to do this. I think it's the power button. Okay, I will see you guys in the next live. Bye!